So today is Easter Sunday morning. And yes, I'm going to be talking about Jesus because it's Easter Sunday morning. But I want to talk to you about my Jesus. I don't want to talk to you about the Jesus that I think has been hijacked by a lot of church. I want to talk about the mystical Jesus, the spiritual Jesus, the Jesus that I believe would be saying to us these very words. If you could see you the way I see you, you'd start flying on your own. That is not the theological Jesus. That's the mystical Jesus. To me, that's the real Jesus. Jesus was radical. He wasn't this gorgeous Italian-looking painting. He was Jewish. He's a gorgeous Jewish man, I imagine, but he didn't look like a Renaissance guy, right? He was radical, and his radical ideas, they don't seem so radical to us today, but this is 2,000 years later, and consciousness has evolved in those 2,000 years, and it will continue to evolve. He was a radical in his thinking for his day. He was an activist. He was absolutely spiritual, and he brought his spirituality into very real social issues in his day. And I think we are expected to do exactly the same thing. We won't, yes. We won't all show up and do it in the same way, but we do need to show up and do it. I want to be able to see the way he saw. And that requires a mystical practice. A mystic is one who, through deep contemplation, seeks to obtain unity and absorption into and with the absolute. A mystic absolutely sees life differently than a non-mystic. Jesus taught from a place in which he saw life differently than most of the people who were listening to him. And that's part of the reason it got him into trouble. But he still planted seeds, enough seeds, and even though I think the church hijacked Jesus, enough of those seeds still live in people today, and enough of his message is still available to us today to begin to live our lives more like he would want. He was a mystic. Joseph Campbell said this about mystics: the psychotic drowns in the same waters in which the mystic swims with delight. The mystic sees life differently. Meister Eckhart, the 13th century German mystic, said, theologians may quarrel, but the mystics of the world speak the same language. And so I want to talk to you briefly about what it means for a mystic, because I believe that we are mystics in this room. I believe that we want something different in our understanding of Jesus or any spiritual teacher. And so I think there are several things we have to get our arms around so we can step into that awareness. The first I would say is this, that with regard to Christianity, there's a wide gap between what the church would want of us or wants of us and what Jesus would want of us. And I think it kind of comes down to just a couple of basic things. It seems to me present kinds of churches like New Thought churches don't fall into this category, but it seems to me that in quite a bit of what poses as Christianity is really more churchianity than it is Christianity. Okay? And so, and there are some good things that are done in churchianity, but I think there's an equal amount that is damaging and is damaging and harmful. The two basic things are the church wants and needs control and obedience. And hell is a really good thing to use for control, and guilt and fear and manipulation are really good things to use for control. And the promise that if you accept this person as your personal Lord and Savior, you're guaranteed this place in heaven, that's really a lot of control. A lot of control, but Jesus didn't say those things. And do you know that the Pope has come out and declared that hell is not a place? Did you know that? Go look it up when you go home. Go look at. We've known that for a very long time in New Thought, but I'll let it go at that. Jesus would want or need neither control nor obedience, but he would want of us that we look at what he was pointing to and that we try to see that and understand that as well. He challenged the religion of his day, so much so that it got him in tremendous trouble. But he was a good Jew. He understood his Jewish religious roots. But he also understood, as Bishop John Shelby Spong would say, that religion is man-made, but God is not.
Thanks for listening. The Unity Center, transforming lives and healing our world. Check us out Sundays at 9 and 11. Many people enjoy Reverend Wendy's talks and meditations and aren't able to attend the Unity Center in person. If you're part of our extended family from around the world and would like to help support the Unity Center, please go to our website or download our free app, which offers even more ways to connect with the Unity Center. Namaste.